So in September, I foraged a whole lot of apples and made this really nice apple butter and canned it. And we also dried some as well. And I've saved all the cores and the peelings to make an apple cider vinegar. The cider has been brewing or fermenting for a total of 8 weeks now. After the first 4, I strained out all the solids from the liquid, and then another month later, we're just straining it and putting it up. The flavor turned out quite nice. The acidity is still fairly low, and there is still some sweetness left, so it will be nice in salad dressings. So this is where I'm bringing all the fall cleanup from the garden, or a lot of it anyways. Some's going around fruit trees, and then a lot of it's going on this berm here. And there's a lot of spring runoff just behind that. I have a nice little creek bed that goes through the yard down that way. And so yeah, we're just gradually layering this whole curved Hugelkultur bed here. We got a lot of scrap lumber underneath, and a lot of branches, stuff like this, some maple, cottonwood and whatnot underneath there. We got some dirt and sand, some soil, some compost, and then all the cleanup from the fall is going on here to make a nice layering that can decompose. And also been dumping like compost from the house in here as well. So it'll be built up for next year, and yeah, it was a lower bed, but it was getting too flooded in the spring from the runoff, so need to really just build it up a lot higher, and perhaps I'm going to trench it down a little bit more, because it's quite a lot of flow of water here. It lasts, at least half the summer. So gradually later I'm going to be putting in a nice pond at the top and large one at the bottom of this runoff trenchway here. Yeah, there's a couple hydrangeas in here. We'll see how they do. They do tend to root on their branches, so I'm thinking that might be okay, partially buried. It's either that or I'm gonna lift them up gradually, perhaps in the spring, put something under there, lever and a good strong shovel, and try to pull them up a bit. But I'm thinking they might kind of do all right. I have a lot of hydrangeas already. Got them at a really good deal, and then I cloned a bunch. I'm always putting rocks on their branches to root. Next year put a bunch of wood chips in here, in this pathway. So we're using up these piles of small kind of pea gravel mixed with soil that I've screened once already and took out the larger crush rock. And originally had it on some landscape fabric around some flowering trees, and you know, over time it gets soil in there and weeds start growing, especially tansy. It really makes a lot of roots and it's really difficult to get rid of. So I ended up ripping all that out, and there's just piles of gravel here for about a year, and we're just getting it out of the way. I screened it, used all the nice stuff for around the building, and now a bunch is left. It's like small gravel and soil. It's not even sand, it's pretty much mixed with soil. So just getting that gravelly stuff just at the base of it here. Covered more. A lot of wood chips are going to go in this pathway here and fill it right up. There's quite a bit of moisture. Water seeps through. This is going to settle really a lot, so a lot more soil can go on top. So this will be pretty much on the bottom after it settles a lot more. So decided to sift through this gravel once more. Definitely getting some more out. It was pretty gravelly. There's still a bit of larger stuff in there, and just with a steeper screen, more falls down. Got some more gravel for around the building, and then some slightly less graveled soil for the berm. Piling all this wood up in one spot, trying to get more space for snow. And Juniper found her little nest there from where the wood was. Is that a little cozy spot there, babe?